Welcome to the Shabby Fabrics at Home Studio. I am so excited to have you all with me today. Today we are going to create something truly beautiful together. We are going to make this Sage Leaf Centerpiece. I can already picture it on your guys' dining room tables, creating just a beautiful tablescape with all of your other dinnerware. When you're having guests over or just your everyday home decor, it will be truly stunning. And this is also so easy to make. I'm going to show you guys step by step exactly how to make it, and also to take all the guesswork of all the supplies just off of your list. We're going to create a kit designed specifically for you with all of the felt material that you need to create this centerpiece today. Some add-ons that you will need for this project as well is a hot glue gun and also some scissors. We are using the Karen K. Buckley scissors today. These are perfect for these felt projects that are a little bit tougher to cut through, but they're just really great for the fine details that we'll need for these leaves. We have the fine tip glue gun, which is great with the fine tip on here. It really, puts the perfect amount of glue for your projects out, so you're not dealing with a bunch of hot glue all over your fingertips when you're making those small design elements. And then also, for those of you that watched our Spring Blooms hoop wreath video, this stunning wreath here, I mentioned that you are going to use your acrylic templates again. So we have the set of our leaf templates and the flower petal templates, and we are going to use these again to make the Sage Leaf Centerpiece. This wreath is beautiful. If you haven't checked out that video, make sure you go and watch it. Super fun. Jen and I made it together. But these acrylic templates, I can't speak highly enough about them. We included in your pattern a freezer template guide for you to use if you have existing freezer template paper. However, if you can see here, you're going to need several other supplies for that. You're going to need, your pressing mat, your light, the freezer paper itself. If you watched the other video, you saw that Jen and I had a little race, and it was not even comparable, the time it took for me to use the templates versus her using the freezer paper here. I was already cutting them out before she got to tracing them around, and so trust me, it is much, much easier to use these acrylic templates here. They come in a set of four different leaf sizes. And the great thing about these is that they're strong and clear. So when you're tracing several things and cutting it out, it tends to warp over time. These are going to stay nice and firm and be able to trace multiple times. You can use this for several different projects. And we told you you'd be seeing these again. You can also pick up the petal templates again if you haven't already. And maybe you want to add some floral elements to your centerpiece. That is totally okay. We encourage you to get creative. But for the Sage Leaf Centerpiece, you will want these 4 templates to make this stunning piece today. So we are going to get started. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make these truly. So first things first is you are going to cut all of your materials. So you are going to, for each color, cut out 3 pieces of the color green into 12 by 18 sheets. Once you have those sheets, you're going to take one of your sheets and cut out 2 strips of 1/2 inch by 18 inches of your strips. The pattern includes all the instructions with your cuts you need. And this just makes it easier, so you're not taking a big piece of material. We're going to cut it down for you and make it easy for you to work with. So once you get all those cut, you're going to start tracing your leaves here. So I'm going to set the petal ones aside, move them out of the way. And we're going to start tracing our leaf templates here. This is the very first step. So we have provided kind of a reference sheet for you to use in your pattern that shows the exact way to outline your leaves to make the best space, use possible. It comes to about 40-ish, believe, leaves here, but this is the very best way to maximize your space here. And we're just going to set this aside, and I'll show you how to begin tracing them. So we will start with this large one here. I just hold it in place very lightly. You don't need to hold it very hard. You're going to stick it on your piece of felt, and you're going to use this friction pen. This pen is fantastic. The reason why this pen is so great is because it comes with an ink that you can just iron over and erase it completely if you start to get outside the lines. But we're going to start tracing with the pen, and we're just going to follow it here all the way around, and you have your leaf shape. We'll do the next one. And you're going to do this, like I said, until you fill your entire sheet of felt that you already cut. Once you have it all cut out or traced out, you're going to start cutting your leaves. So I like to cut a little bit inside the line so that way you don't have the lines on your leaf. But don't worry if you cut them all out and you see those lines. With that friction pen that is so useful, you're going to be able to just erase it right away. So we're going to cut just a little bit inside of the line here and begin to cut out our felt leaf. Our sage leaf is what it replicates. And look at that, just the perfect shape every single time with that template. And again, with these Karen K. Buckley scissors, you get just the perfect shape with them. They really are perfect. You can just cut around this felt that can get thicker and kind of sticky. This is just really great for those fine details. And we'll cut out one more leaf here. And I would recommend starting with about 1 to 1.5 sheets of felt of tracing and cutting. And then as you go along, if you feel like your centerpiece wants to be a little bit fuller, you can then trace and cut more out and add it to your centerpiece. It's really customizable to your preference. But I would start with about 1 to 1.5 and see what it looks like from there. Once you have all of them cut out, you're going to then sort them by shape and size and get them all sorted into their colors and into their areas. And you're going to have an array of leaves. You'll have plenty of leaves. And I'm going to show you how we are going to form the leaves next. First, our parchment paper. This is very important for laying it down on your surfaces. We sell this parchment paper in a pack of 4 for you to just easily clean up your messes quickly. You don't need to have any, drips of hot glue guns on your surface. We know it can be a little bit messy. This just makes it so it has a nice large workspace for you to work with. You don't want to be crammed. You want to have enough room, and you can just easily rest your glue gun right on top of it, and it just leaves it nice and clean. So once you have, your 1.5 sheets of felt cut out into leaves, you're going to take your leaf and you're going to place just a small amount of glue onto your leaf here. And then you're just going to simply pinch the base of the leaf. It needs to just be slightly towards the bottom there, and you're just pinching and holding it until it sets just for a little while. This glue gun, you guys, is so great because with that very fine tip on it, you're just getting a small amount of glue. You're not getting a huge mess that then makes it hard to work with. It gets hot on your fingers, and it's just not the best to work with for these small projects. And then again, you're just gonna pinch your leaf right at the base there. Once you've done all of your leaves for 1.5 sheets of felt for each color, you're going to then set it aside. Again, organize is my favorite way to do it, by the leaf color and then the size of them. So that way when you begin to place your centerpiece together, you can easily see which size you want to use next. So once you have all of your leaves glued together, this is where you're going to take your 1/2 inch by 18 inch strip. You have 2 of these. You're going to start with your first one, and you're going to begin to place your leaves onto this strip. Super easy. I'll show you how. So first we're going to take our already pre-glued leaf here, and we're going to glue on the side here and start at the end of this strip and just glue directly on to the leaf there. Hold it until it sets. You don't need to hold it for very long, but just make sure it's on there properly. And once you have that one leaf at the end, this is where you can start making this more full. You're then going to take maybe a different color and size and add it on to the next. So we'll take, again, some glue onto this leaf and just right on top. And as you go down this strip, you're gonna kind of rotate from maybe you're standing up one leaf to then maybe you're placing the next one directly on its side and kind of just rotating the way that it's facing. So that way it creates a fuller look. So now I'm gonna lay this one close here and you can kind of see it start to form, and you're gonna choose different colors to just continue on with it to create just this lovely array of greens that really makes this Sage Leaf Centerpiece just look like true greenery. So we'll leave this here and we will pinch it together again. You can see I have 3 laying down here, so I'm gonna stand up the next one to give it some dimension. Again, we'll do some glue on the side, and you're just switching around where you're putting the glue depending on how you would like to place it. And you're just gluing it onto each other, just like so. And we'll keep going here. Do this one standing again. And we're just switching up the size as well. So that way you have all different leaves a part of your centerpiece. We'll place this one here. We'll add a few more together just so you can see it go down the line. Again on this side. The colors that we use for this felt, they truly are beautiful. I think they all go together so well. You know, they're all very different because we want an array of leaves, but they all just blend super well together. And we will do this one more time. So, as you can see, it's starting to get fuller and grow. You're going to continue to do this all the way down one of your strips, and it's just going to use, like I said, about 1 to 1.5 pieces of the felt that we're providing to fill this one strip. If you get finished with this strip and you want to add more, we've provided you with plenty of material to do so to make it fuller. I will show you what it will look like once you continue down the line here. So you can see it starts to get nice and full by just rotating the sizes, the way it's facing, and it really starts to just look like a true piece of greenery. So once you begin to continue down your strip, you're going to grab your second strip and repeat the same steps. So that way you have 2 sets of leaf here that are just completely full. They're beautiful. And what we're going to do is you're going to take your one piece. Let me set this aside here. The one piece that you start with, you're going to put it so you have the leaves facing, you know, this direction with the very end of it sticking out that way. And your first leaf that you started with on this end, you're going to put it on the opposite end, and you're going to glue these 2 pieces together in the center. So all that I'm going to do is stick some glue on one side here. And we'll put a little bit on this strip here as well. And we're just going to place it together. This way, you know, you're able to have the leaves facing all different ways. It flows beautifully instead of it all just facing one direction. And you just glue it into the middle there. If you feel like you can see the gap, glue in the middle there to kind of just hide the seam a little bit. So we'll stick one here. And then I'll also stick one more small one in there to just hide the transition a little bit easier and make it just all look like one. And there you have it. So this is such an easy process. You're really just creating this beautiful piece for you to display on your dining room table. That is taking you no time at all. It has this beautiful array of felt, and it really is just a quick and easy process. I promise you, these templates make your life way easier. Don't mess around with, you know, the freezer paper and letting it bend on you. These will stay nice and firm and provide you with the perfect leaf shape every single time. It's just truly beautiful. So Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next time for our next video. In the meantime, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also go follow along on our Instagram and Pinterest page at Home with Shabby, and I will see you all next time. Thank you.